OK, enough for now about the economy and the future of the planet. Let's look at something really important, the Ashes. You know the story well enough by now, of course. Here's that astonishing stumping.
It's another short ball. Oh, now this is going to be interesting. Johnny Bairstow's walked out of his crease here. This could well be out.
It's been interesting, all right. Here's the ugly booing and abuse afterwards in the long room.
Cheat, the rest of them.
And now the Prime Ministers have chipped in. The British PM, Rishi Sunak, backing his team and slagging the Aussies, and Anthony Albanese backing Pat Cummins and the team. Surprise, surprise. Johannes Leek summed up the boorishness of the whinging toffs at Lord's beautifully today with this cartoon where he's got the MCC members looking a bit like Sir Les Patterson, abusing the Aussies and saying, "Don't you know this is a gentleman's game, you git?" Bad losers, these blokes, that's for sure. Perhaps a bit too much gin under the gills. Now, Pommy fast bowler Stuart Broad has been one of the most outspoken players over this controversy. He even took to print in this column, and he's targeting the Aussies in this column and saying that Cummins will regret not withdrawing the appeal for that stumping. "I was angered by Australia's decision," said Broad, particularly having heard their lines about creating a new legacy as a team and how they've changed since the tour of South Africa in 2018. Of course, that was the famous Sandpapergate tour. Strong stuff there from Broad. He obviously sees himself as someone who plays within the spirit of the great game of cricket. So how do you reckon his own sportsmanship stands up to scrutiny? We've already seen how Bairstow himself shied at the stumps from a long distance in the same match. Now have a look at an Ashes test a decade ago, see how much bat Broad gets on the ball, and ask yourself how on earth he had the gall to stand there and not walk off.
When Australia's frustration turned to anger.
Oh, he's gone this time. Not the best delivery. And he's still there, Stuart Broad. What's he standing there for? They've all appealed. It looked as if he just nicked it through the keeper. Oh, my goodness me. Speechless. The audacity of him just walked up the pitch and had a word with his non-striking batter.
The audacity, hey? Tell us again about the spirit of the game, Mr. Broad? Or is it more about who's winning and who's losing? Have a look at this little number on TikTok that makes the point delightfully.
A cricket game was on a Trent Bridge, it was abused.
See what's wrong with that, it goes all the way.
But one unsporting act brought an entire team to disrepute.
And he's still there, Stuart Broad.
Why didn't Broad walk like Fred could see?
Oh, my goodness me.
That he edged it to Michael Clark, but not all him.
Why didn't Broad walk? Blind man could see. Superb stuff. There was so much bat on that ball, it was like a Wuhan wet market. But Broad stayed. He was out, but he stayed. Broad should practice what he preaches.